Ark Survival of the Fittest. It's kinda like Fortnite, but with dinosaurs. And I'm a PvE player. This is the complete opposite of PvE, with the goal of the game being to defeat all the other players and be the last one standing.
Right, here we go.
After chilling for a bit in the fancy sky bubble, we were all split out and dropped into the world.
May the gods favor you in today's tournament.
Looks like we start this thing Hunger Games style. There was a platform in the center with a bunch of stuff you could grab. I ran in and started grabbing everything I could. There were only 11 players this round, so I didn't do too bad. I was a bit nervous people would start punching me right here, but it seemed like everyone else just wanted to get their stuff and get out too. I was tired after all that, so I checked behind me and then laid down to regen some stam. Rested and ready to go, I headed away from the platform, grabbing everything I could and checking behind me as I went. I'm not gonna lie, I was really nervous, but I made it to this cliff and finally felt safe enough to level up. Apparently we were supposed to put the first 2 points into weight and crafting speed. Yeah, I might have skipped over reading those instructions. But I did figure out that Ingram's auto unlocked before grabbing my gear and getting on the way. This game mode is actually the Survival of the Fittest revival mod, and it's set to 15-minute bow rush. So I had decided to knock out this dillo, but I realized I'd never have time to tame it, so I just killed it for its hide instead. Geared up and ready to go, I was starting to feel a bit more confident. But then the server crashed. Guess we'll try this again.
3, 2, 1.
This time, I still hadn't read the instructions, so I thought it'd be smart to try and level up speed before we hit the ground. It might have helped a tiny bit, and I did pretty good before heading out of the ring. Then I stopped for a quick rest, but I think I must have looked at this guy funny.
You want beef? You want beef?
My PvP experience is somewhere between slim and none, but there's only one way to learn, right?
Gonna happen.
This guy with a slingshot started attacking me, but I was too heavy to run. So instead, I just played peekaboo with him for a while until he finally ran out of rocks.
Ooh, good shot. I'm out of rocks.
See you later, maybe.
Maybe.
Soon.
Don't look back.
We both headed our separate ways, but I did look back. Even playing PvE, you learn in Ark pretty quickly you shouldn't trust anyone. And just like that, the first player was out. I'm not showing their name here, it was definitely inappropriate. Made myself a bit more armor and a pick, then finally leveled up my weight while hiding in this bush. I came out of hiding for just a bit to grab some flint, then headed back to the bush to craft myself a bow and some arrows. I wasn't sure when the circle would close, so I started to head back to the center when I spotted this guy. I got my bow out and hid behind this tree, but I was having trouble spotting them. I made my way around and finally spotted him, but he had the high ground. We both started shooting and I was missing every shot, but I didn't feel too bad because so were they. But just after this elimination, I got shot twice before finally shooting them in the foot. I know it's not much, but it's a start and I'll take it. I was starting to look like a pincushion before I finally got another shot in, and then this other survivor decided to join the party. The odds were not in my favor, so I decided to run for it. I think they took this as a sign of weakness, though, and decided that I would be the best target. I ran and hopped and zigzagged, but I was no match for this guy's jumping, spinning, crouching technique. I guess at the end I thought I'd just run in and stab them, but I was too late. Dropping in for my third round, I finally figured out to put that first point in weight, thanks to this tip from Terrifier.
Put your point in the weight, people.
Then it was back to the circle of stuff. I managed to get some hide armor, a shield, a parachute, some trank arrows, and meat before making my way back out of the circle. But not before getting punched in the face. I punched the air in retaliation, then just ran away. Stopped to level up stamina, and then I remembered to level up crafting speed next. This game mode is set up with boosted weight and crafting speed to make it more like the actual Survival of the Fittest game. After that, I found a bush to hide in and equipped all the gear I'd gotten from the circle. Determined to last a bit longer this time, I found a good spot behind a rock and hid in some bushes. Looks like Tara is down and now there's 21 of us left. I punched a tree so I could craft some things, while of course hiding in some more bushes. Players were dropping like flies when I started hearing voices near my hiding spot. And then I got disconnected. I managed to log back on pretty quickly, and I was right back where I'd left off. So I ducked back down in the bushes until it was safe, and then headed back up towards the center. Another one down and only 11 players left, but not for long. I ran into this guy hiding behind a tree, and I think he had it out for me. Normally, I don't like to make excuses, but I'm used to playing mostly single player up to this point, and all I've ever had to shoot at are dinosaurs. And Ark dinosaurs are pretty predictable. Turns out players are not. They're also much smaller than most dinosaurs, making them a lot harder to hit. But I'm a pretty determined lady and I love a good challenge, so I'm not giving up anytime soon. I'll get the hang of this PvP thing eventually, just not this round. The next round, I felt like I was starting to get the hang of things. Grab stuff from the center, run as far away as possible, and find a place to hide. Look at that guy parachuting away though. What a pro. I ended up hopping down because I'm pretty sure there's no fall damage in this mode, but then I lagged and it teleported me off the ledge into this tree instead. I had realized that with crafting speed so high, you could craft a ton of foundations really quickly and level up. So I hid in a bush and crafted all the things. I was all the way to level 42 before finally getting on the move again. Being out in the open made me really nervous, and to make things even better, we're rubber banding too. That's when I got sucker punched, but I turned around and nothing was there. Uh-oh, it hit me again. This lag is literally about to kill me. That's when I made a desperate jump off the cliff and used my parachute. But apparently I was wrong about that whole fall damage thing. I ended up figuring out how to spectate the rest of this round, and it was interesting to say the least.
They're gonna kill each other.
This pincushion made me feel a little better about my losses. The circle closed, and with a minute left, this notice popped up. Carnivore drop? Wonder what that is. Guess that's one way to speed up the rounds. A bunch of Carnos dropped from the sky, and now everyone was running. This guy managed to lose his Carno to another player, then with just 2 people left and about to get eaten, this guy won the round.
Right, it's the last vote for me. Just please let me win, okay, everyone? Please let me win.
Me too, buddy, me too. I'm not sure what's with all the whistles, but we're gonna give this one more go. I'd like to at least make it back to the center at the end, but at least I'm having a better time than this kid.
We can go wall stuff in the circle. Come on, guys.
I didn't get much myself, but I equipped what I had and headed down the hill. All I had so far was a shield and some pants, so when I saw this other player, I headed the other way. I stopped for a moment to craft some stuff when my daughter gave me a great tip.
Kill everything you see.
I guess that's the goal, but I'm a big chicken, so when I heard this chopping, I ran away. Ended up running past this stuck parasaur, and I'm still not sure if it was a player or a dinosaur attacking it on the other side, but I wasn't sticking around to find out. Without much armor, I decided I might take on this dillo to get some hide right at the end. It ran away and got stuck on this rock, but ended up changing its mind and deciding to attack me anyway. Definitely not my best decision.
Oh no.
As I was trying to finish him off, another player came up and joined the Dillo's side. But the Dillo wasn't having it and attacked them instead. So I shot off a couple arrows and headed off up the hill. The circle was closing in fast and I wanted to at least make it that far. I was cutting it close, but I ended up making it to the final circle with only half my health left, where I ducked into this bush to see if maybe I could just manage at least one kill. Yeah, not today. Well, at least I can spectate. Looks like Krabbytron's bush technique is working out better than mine, but this bathroom break resulted in an arrow to the head, and it wasn't long after that, Krabby was done. I hopped over to follow Raz Clark for a bit, but looks like he's already got something on his tail. This little poo-cleaning monkey was not what I expected to see, but definitely made it worth it. If you enjoyed watching me struggle through this challenge, be sure to check out this other PvP challenge to see how I fared against 10 other Ark YouTubers.